Good morning. It's your boy Goldmouth Tommy, aka Lazy Gang Tommy, aka Loner Gang Tommy, aka the loneliest one. We gonna get right to it. This is Love is Blind. I'm about to get right into it. The next 2 episodes just dropped. We're gonna talk about it right now. The 2 episodes right before they go to the altar to see if they're actually gonna get married or not. And we just gonna hop right into it. I'm gonna start off with you, Hannah. I'm gonna start off with you. You keep playing with my boy Nikki D. Nikki. It's gonna be a problem. Let me tell you this, Hannah. What? You're not this man's mother. You're not this man's mama. You're not this man's mommy. You're not none of that. I don't get where you find it okay to come at this guy, Nick, like that. What did he do to you? You know what I mean? What did he do to you? I mean, first of all, y'all met in the pods, didn't see each other. You knew about all this beforehand. He lived here with his parents and this and that and the third and da-da-da. You still wanted to hook up with somebody. I think you wanted to match with somebody because guess what? Who else was going to match with you? You know what I'm talking about? Nobody else was going to match with you. So you had to pick Nick D. You thought you had the other dude. He won't checking for you. You know what I'm talking about? Because if he was checking for you when y'all had the reunions and the gatherings and all that stuff where the people from the pods come in and y'all be drinking out them little goblin cups. What they call them? The goblins? Goblets? Whatever. I need one. I need 2. Nick, Lachey, send me one of them. Vanessa, Lachey, send me one of them. You know what I'm talking about? Hannah, let me tell you this. You're not going to get nowhere in no relationship acting like that, acting like you're somebody's mother, taking notes. She was taking notes while him and her was having a conversation. What are you doing? This is not 6th grade mathematics. What are you doing? We are having a conversation. We are engaged in whatnot or what have you. And you were here taking notes while I'm trying to converse with you. You know what I'm talking about? Let me tell you something. And I'm going to just wrap it up like this. What am I trying to say? Am I trying to say that you don't look good enough to talk to people like you talk to people? Am I trying to say on a scale of 1 to 10, your rating is not high enough to demand what you're demanding out of demands, aka Nick D. Pause. Okay. This is not build a bear. You can't build a man. You picked them. You had, first of all these conversations in the past. How did you not know this about this guy already? How did y'all not rectify this in the pause and say, you know what? This ain't it. You purposely wore the heels during the photo shoot to look taller than the man. You did that on purpose. Damn. You did that on purpose. Okay. We all know you did that on purpose. Okay. Let me tell you something. I had a girlfriend, right? Best girlfriend I ever had. Keyword. Best girlfriend I ever had, right? She was my height, regular, maybe a little bit shorter. With the heels, she was like a little bit taller. She wore flats if we was going out in public, because what is you doing being taller than me? Being taller than me. And guess what? I'm already 6'6". So, I mean, that's a tall girl we're talking about. If I'm 6'6" and she, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Anyway, Nick, you really handled that like an adult. That conversation when y'all had that conversation on the couch and you just let her. I wanted you to be a little more not aggressive, but aggressive, because she was coming at you. You should have been a little more aggressive. Take control of the conversation. She is 26. You are 28. You need to. Who are you telling me what? You younger than me trying to tell me about? Shut up. You know what I'm talking about? And then don't even get me started. And the part about Love is Blind I really don't like is when the friends have the outing, like the friend of the girls or the friend of the guy meets the girl. Usually the guys, copacetic, everything straight. When the girls of the girls' friends come, it's a whole problem. Did y'all see when Hannah's friends, they both on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, it's a little shaky. But did you notice that they're all the same? They were talking for her, and she would just affirm it. Yeah. And Nick is just sitting there like, what is going on? Well, Hannah is the type of person who needs this. Hannah is looking for this. Hannah needs this. Hannah. Another thing, never trust a girl that has a friend with the same first name. Hey man, take it from my experience. You know what I mean? Wisdom is being mature enough and smart enough and wise enough to not go through something that somebody before you already did or already warned you about, which is what I'm trying to do right now. Impress upon you a little bit of wisdom. If a girl has a best friend with the same first name, she is a diabolical citizen. Big back Hannah, big mouth, big face Hannah, and the Hannah that who cares about her. So yeah, that's what, you know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to say here. Another thing, real quick. It is nothing wrong with living at home in your 20s. It's nothing wrong having to live at home in your 30s. There's actually no age where that is bad. It is 2024. Inflation is through the roof. You know what I'm talking about? The prices is ridiculous. It costs more to get a pack of ramen noodles than it do to get a number one at McDonald's. Where they do that at? Fast food is fast food fine dining. They should call it that, because a combo meal gonna run you about $35. You know what I'm talking about? That's just crazy. It's crazy. It's really outrageous. But anyway, back to what I'm talking about. Nick, it is okay that you're living at home. You did your football thing. You did your college thing. Didn't work out. Tried to go professional, move over here, Europe, Canadian League, It's okay. Guess what you did? What most other people out here laughing at you didn't do. Chase their damn dream. At the end of the day, Nick is always going to be able to say 50 years from now, yeah, I went for it. He's going to tell his kids, his grandkids, I went for it. So whatever you want to be when you grow up, you got to go for it. Because if he never went for it, you never know. You never know if you're going to make it or not. So Nick, keep your head up. Keep doing what you're doing. And then I forgot she tried to get on his strike game. She tried to get on his love making game. She tried to get on his, you know what I'm talking about? I know you ain't coming out that. First of all, Nick, take it from me. Lazy gang, loner gang. All I give out is lazy. Embrace it. You'll be fine. Downplay yourself to every girl you come in contact with. They'll love you. You know what I'm talking about? Tell them you're going to give them 3 seconds. Give them 4. And that's how you bag them. Anyway, moving on from Big Back Hannah. Let me just do a couple more highlights real quick. Tim, your mom, very wise. I mess with her. She is wise. She gives great advice. I can tell just by the little 2-3 minutes she had on the show. Your family's cool. They seem great. Shouts out to that from you. Tim, now, this doesn't absolve you from what I'm about to say. Why did you do that to that girl? She didn't deserve it, but most women don't deserve that, because she didn't do nothing to warrant that. And this is coming from me. I'm all about striking somebody down, cutting somebody off in 2 seconds, telling them about themselves. That's what I do. I'm going to tell you about yourself. Okay. That's why I got 2 friends, me and moi. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, man, if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. The problem is it won't no heat and it won't no kitchen. The only person in the kitchen was Alex making that big ass plate. Did y'all see that plate when he walked in? Pew! Walked in the door looking all mad, sad with the little hat on. The hat was ugly, by the way. You know what I'm talking about? She walked in. She had, what was on that plate? It was like wings, tenders, nuggets. It was like a smorgasbord full of fried chicken delectables. They had all the different varieties and whatnot, or what have you, Alex. And you ain't even make my boy a plate. That's probably why he was mad. He was just making an excuse. He was really mad because he walked in his door, smelled the chicken delectable aroma. You got this huge plate. I mean, the kitchen was clean too. This is how funny it was. She cooked it up, whipped it up, cleaned the kitchen, warmed it back up, probably in the air fryer or whatnot or what have you. And then was about to sit down at her island and start scooping it up. You know what I mean? Eating. And he want to don't disrupt my meal. That's one thing, Tim, you need to learn that. When women about to eat, shut the hell up. Don't say shit to them, okay? They need to eat. Let them have their time to scarf down their nutrients, okay? Please, because it's crazy. It's like, you ever had one of them, seen a pit bull and then you put your hand in the bowl? They do all that, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of thing you got to watch out for with women. Women when they're hangry and they didn't eat yet. And I could tell Alex was hangry because that plate was like one of them doggone Scooby-Doo type plates with the food. Tim, you were mad because she took an hour nap after being on camera and talking to your parents for 4 hours. Let me tell you something. Even though your parents are lovely, I'm not marrying your folks. I'm not marrying your mom. I'm not marrying your dad. I'm marrying you. You better be glad I gave them 4 hours. Because me, I would have gave you 4 minutes and then I would have went to sleep. Who are you? I don't know these people. I barely know you. Y'all. Not like that, but like that. Okay? It's ridiculous. Tim, that was ridiculous, man. That was cold-hearted. I mean, he straight cut her off, and I don't think it's gonna work. We not getting married. This last, I don't want to see you no more. Da, da, da. That's all deflection. When you say all that, because nobody needs to ever add all that. Because I've been there and I've added all that. I've eviscerated women by mouth. Like, you know how women got that mouth where pause, where they just it's a dagger in your heart. Like, women know how to kill you. Slice and dice you up with their mouth, pause, with the hurtful things that women can say. Tim, that was out of line. You were definitely projecting and you were definitely gaslighting. You were definitely doing all those buzzwords that everybody loves to use now, but nobody knows what they really mean. Anyway, Alex, you had a good point. Why did you sit in my dad's face? He got emotional. My brothers, my family. You said all this good shit. You looked the part. You acted the part. And then you turn around and do this because of a 1 hour nap. That don't even make sense. That don't even equate to nothing that makes sense. I mean, it's ridiculous. Alex, you have a lot to work on yourself. You suck at listening. You suck at conversing. But most women do. So whatever. You cool. I'm sure you'll find a great guy soon. Don't worry about nothing. But Tim, I'm sure you'll find a great person as well. A couple more quick points. Nope. Wait, so oh yeah. Ashley and what's the other dude's name? Ashley and Tyler. Ashley and Tyler, one, that skydiving trip y'all did look fun. I would never do that a day of my life. But it did look really fun. I still don't understand this kid situation you got. I know it's a whole bunch of stuff online. I don't feel like I watch the shows. I don't look at the clickbait online until I'm done with the entire series. Then I'll look it up. So I know I'm late and y'all already know stuff, but act like you don't know. So is dude a sperm donor or not? So what did he say? I'm still confused. He had a lesbian homegirl who has a wife that they wanted a kid. So he said, I'll help y'all out. Is that what? If that's the case, that's pretty noble. I probably couldn't do it. There's like a 2% chance that I will ever do that, but never say never for that. How many kids is it? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 8? What are their ages? Ashley, why didn't you immediately confirm this? Get her on FaceTime, get her on the phone. Hey, I'm about to marry Tyler, whatever. And he just, woman to woman, he just told me this information. Is this true? Is everything okay with the kid? Does he know? Does the kid know his dad? I would have been asking all these prompting questions and stuff. This is my problem with Love is Blind. Why do y'all wait till the last week to ask the hard questions? I'm asking that in the pods because I know after the pods, it's marriage after this. I'm getting everything off, putting everything on the table in the pods. And it's that, especially after we meet after that, when they live with each other for like 2 weeks. Tyler seems like a great guy. Seems like a great guy. Ashley, she seems like a great girl. I think she probably is. She more than seems. I can go ahead and say, just from me looking at TV, Ashley's a good person. She seems like, let me say, a genuine person. I don't like to say good people. She's a genuine person. Whatever she does, I believe her. She's genuine. Tyler, I don't know. It's a toss-up. Seems like a cool dude. Seems straight. If that story adds up, hey, man, you a great guy. You and Ashley gonna be, you know what I mean? I think y'all can go 50 years. Garrett, Taylor, you go a little too overboard with the blowing things out of proportion. Now, Garrett could be an habitual liar. He could be. I'm not negating that at all. So I'm gonna throw that over here. But if he's not and he's telling the truth and he just messed up, give him some grace. Did he not tell you in the pause that women really weren't a priority to him? I'm just taking this at face value. So he probably didn't know what to say when she confronted him about that text. He was probably like, oh yeah, that was my ex. I just responded. I liked it, whatever. Us dudes do that. And girls will take that as you were trying to omit something. It's like, no, I just didn't think it was that serious. Because it's not. Yeah, I like the thing, whatever. Can we go in here to this Great Gatsby thing? Hannah, by the way, had the best outfit in there on the Great Gatsby little thing. So shout out to you for that. You still big back, but whatever. Yeah, Taylor took that out of proportion. Garrett, come on now. You told her this story. You got to stick to it. Is that much of a big deal? To men? No. To women? Yes. So that's why I wouldn't have ever said that. One, don't be telling your relationship business to other relationship people. They don't need to know that, because what are they going to do? Go home and talk about y'all, and not in a good way. So never do that, Garrett. Take that as some advice. Let me tell you this, though. Y'all are going to be the best couple, and I think y'all are going to have kids. Y'all going to be great. They never going to break up or get divorced. I love that for y'all, hopefully. Now, if Garrett happens to be a liar, then this is going to be, the reunion is going to be amazing. Hannah said, these are like closing thoughts. Hannah said Nick don't eat box, and so that means he's a 15-year-old boy. Not true. Who is out here just eating everybody box that they meet? Come on now. Ain't nobody doing that. Well, we're married, yeah, for TV, but I only known you for 3 weeks, girl. Ain't nobody eating that box. Ain't nobody eating that box. And he probably didn't eat that box. This is what men keep from women. And they let them ride with, nah, I don't eat, nah, I don't do that. No, let me not say, hypothetically, I'm not even talking about Hannah right now. Sometimes you catch, as a guy, you catch a little whiff, a little aroma, and you like, oh, hell, oh, never, you know what I'm talking about, never, ever going down there. It's not today, at least. You know what I'm talking about. You give that a couple weeks to air out a little bit, you know what I mean? You feel me? You know, a little bubble bath, you know what I'm talking about? So we kind of, contrary to popular belief, men don't like hurting more women's feelings. So we let y'all slide with a lot of stuff. Women, on the other hand, they let stuff slide too, but they'll eventually let it out. Dudes will let stuff slide all day. Like, it's plenty of, and I'm sure it happened to me too, like plenty of girls let me slide on shit, but the difference is I don't care. Yeah, oh, because he did it. Yep, sure did. I did all that on purpose so I can get away from you. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what Tim did. I feel like Tim didn't like her as soon as he seen her. And he was like, how am I going to get out of this? Make up an excuse to make it on her fault so that I'm not looked at as the bad guy on TV, even though the way that you did it, you looked exactly like the bad guy on TV. Marissa and Ramses, real quick. One of my homettes said, she said Ramses is a nymphomaniac, and I ain't never really look at that because I don't look at dudes like that. But now when she said that, I look back, that could be a possibility. Dude was mad that she was on her cycle for 1 week and he couldn't get none. That is insane. If you can't wait a week, you can't never get married. You ain't never gonna be able to get married. Let me just take that Ramses, which I love that name, by the way. I mean, come on now. You was tripping. Now, I know they probably clipped it up to make it look like that. Cool. but I'm just taking it as a show. This is entertainment. This is all sarcasm, parody, satire, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Ramsey's, y'all just look like they don't mix. When y'all get to the wedding, I'm sure if they ask Ramsey first, he's going to say no. If they ask Marissa first, she's going to say no, but she really wants to say yes. The only reason she's going to say no is to get one up on him before he says no. Because let me just tell you, I believe she's that type of person. I don't know, but I believe she's that type of person to take control. And before something is done to her, she's going to do it to you and walk off clean. Well, I don't want to get divorced. I don't want to get divorced. Every couple says that all these seasons. Well, I want this to be my first and last wedding. All this bullshit, right? Let me tell you something, man. And before I get to it, do not like this video. Do not subscribe to this video. Anyway, since everybody doesn't want to get a divorce ever without looking at the stats, it's damn near 50%. That is a coin flip. That is, if you take 4 people, 2 couples, one of them is going to get a divorce. It's a 50-50 toss up. So if I know what I know, I'm going to go off what I know is more probable to happen, especially in 2024 with people's attention spans. Think about this, if people's attention spans aren't even over 2 to 3 seconds, what do you think a woman's attention span is in a relationship with your boring ass? 0 to no seconds. Okay, so let me tell you, you're going to get divorced. But if you take my advice, you will never get a divorce if you never get married. Good night. Big back, Hannah.